डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Namaskar dear students, my name is Zeel Sagar Shah, working as an assistant professor in School of Computer Science in Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. We are in the lecture series of object-oriented programming using C++. In the last lecture, we have studied about the various properties of object-oriented language like inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, etc. We have also learned about the different types of inheritance in C++, like simple inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, etc. We have also seen the various visibility modes in inheritance, such as private, protected, and public. We have also learned about the encapsulation and virtual keyword and get the basic idea of operator overloading and function overloading in C++. In today's lecture, we will study about the elements in C++. In elements of C++ language, we have tokens, identifier, character set and symbols, basic data types in C++, dynamic initialization of variables, reference variable, and streams in C++. Tokens. What is tokens? Tokens are the basic building blocks in C++. The smallest individual units in a program are known as tokens. A program which is constructed using a combination of tokens. There are 5 types of tokens: keywords, variables, constants, special characters, and operators. What is keywords? Keywords are the words with predefined meaning which is already known to the compiler. Keywords. All the keywords in C++ programming language are defined as lowercase letters. So, they must be used only in lowercase letters. So, in C++ language, there are total 32 keywords and every keyword has a specific meaning that users cannot change that meaning. Keywords cannot be used as a user-defined names like variable, functions, arrays, pointers, etc. because they are already known to the compiler. Every keyword in C++ programming language represents something or specifies some kind of actions to be performed by the compiler. For example, int, switch, char, class, etc. They are the keywords in C++ language. They already has a predefined meaning in the compiler. Now variables. Variables are used to hold data temporarily. For example, marks, age, name. A variable is a quantity whose value may change during the program execution. Like I said, example like int a, char, choice, they are the types of variables, and syntax of declaring variable is first the data type of the variable and the variable name. There are total 2 types of variables in C++. First is numeric variables and character variables. In numeric variables, the integer values or floating point values are there to store the numeric variables, and in character variables, alphabets and numbers from 0 to 9 inserted between a single quotes are considered as a character variables. Naming convention for variables. So this is the most important topic of this lecture. First is, a variable name should always contain an alphabets starting from A to Z in lowercase or uppercase and digits from 0 to 9. It should not be started with a number or a digit. It should not be a keyword, because if keyword is there, then compiler might get confused that which one is the keyword and which one is the variable name, right? Second is case sensitive. In C++ language, compiler always bifurcate lowercase alphabets and uppercase alphabets in a different way. So they both, if we take both variables, for example, int smaller a and int uppercase a, then in compiler, both the variables considered as two different variables, not as a single entity. Constants. The constants in C++ are applicable to the value which do not change during the execution of program. C++ has two types of constants, literal constants and symbolic constants. Constants they are a fixed values like 3.2, 9.3. So constants, as a name itself, constant is a fixed value. Literal constants can be of different types, including integer constants, floating point constants, character constants and Boolean constants. Like a name itself, constants are the fixed values in C++ language. The constants in C++ are applicable to the values which do not change during the execution of the program. C++ has two types of constants, literal constants and symbolic constants. Literal constants can be of different types, including integer constants, floating point constants and character constants, string constants, etc. Literals are represented directly in the source code and do not require any further operations or substitutions. Integer constants, they are used to represent values, number values, decimal integer values, and constants are represented directly specifying the value or octal integer constants start with leading 0. For example, 0, 1, 2 and hexadecimal integer constants start with 0x. Floating point constants. Floating point constants are used to represent real numbers with fractional parts. They can be specified using decimal notation or exponential notation. Decimal floating point constant consists of digits with a decimal point, while exponential floating point constants include a decimal part and an exponent part represented by small e or uppercase E. Character constants are used to represent single character, it enclosed in a single quotes. Character constants can be alphanumeric characters, special characters or escape sequence. Escape sequence are special characters that have a specific meaning, such as the new line character, that is /n, or backslash character, that is /b. Symbolic constants in C++. Symbolic constant is defined in the same way as variable. However, after initialization of constant, the assigned value cannot be altered. Constants can be defined in the following three ways: hash define, the const keyword, and the enum keyword. What is hash define? Hash define is a preprocessor directive that can be used for defining constant such as hash define maximum 100, hash define pi 3.142. So these are the examples of constants using hash define. Now let's say const keyword. The syntax of defining const keyword is const keyword and after that data type of that variable and the variable name, that is const float p1 is equal to 3.142. Enum keyword. Enum keyword is used to assign a constant to a variable using enum keyword, that is enum and curly braces a, b, c. Constants can be defined using enumeration. That's why we use enum keyword. Special characters. Apart from letters and digits, there are some special characters in C++ which help you to manipulate or perform data operations. Each special symbol has a specific meaning to the C++ compiler. So, right now, just take this snapshot of these special characters. You can use these special characters in the coming lectures when you type your program. That is curly braces, square braces is used for initialization of an array. Operators. Operator is a symbol that perform operations on one or more operands. There are 8 types of operators supported by the C++ language: arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, conditional operators, assignment operators, increment or decrement operators, bitwise operator, miscellaneous operators such as size of, pointer variable. So these are the operators which we will use in the next coming lecture, and we will see each of them in detail. Identifiers. The identifier is a user-defined name of an entity to identify it uniquely during the program execution. An identifier is a collection of characters which acts as the name of the variable, function, array pointer, structure, etc. Rules for creating identifiers. An identifier can contain uppercase letters or lowercase letter, numeric and underscore symbol only. So, apart from variable, if I want to declare my type of variable in C++, then we will use identifier. It carries uppercase letter, lowercase letter, numeric value from 0 to 9 and underscore symbol only. An identifier should not start with numerical value. It can always start with letter or an underscore. We should not use any special symbols in between the identifier, not even the white space. However, the only underscore symbol is allowed. Keywords should not used as an identifier. As I said earlier, if I use keyword as identifier, then compiler might get confused between what is my keyword and what is my identifier. There is no limit for the length of an identifier. However, the compiler considers the first 31 characters only. An identifier must be unique in its scope. Character sets and symbols. As every language contains a set of characters used to construct words or statements, etc. C++ language supports a total of 256 characters. Letters, digits and special characters. In letters, we have two types of letters, uppercase letters and lowercase letters. In digits, C++ language supports 0 to 9 digits and special characters, which we have seen in the previous slide. Data types in C++. Data type is a type of data which is used in the program, and it is also called as it is used to declare a variable. There are three types of data types: basic data types, derived data types, user-defined data types. In basic data types, we have character, int, float, double. In derived data types, array, function, pointer, reference, they are used. In user-defined data types, we use structure, union or class. Today, we are going to learn about basic data type in C++. Basic data type is also known as primitive data type. In primitive data types, we have short, integer, float data type, double data type, boolean and char. Integer is used for stores of variables and whole numbers without decimal. It has a size of 4 bytes only. For example, int x is equal to 10 or y is equal to 37. If we want to declare this type of variables, then we will use integer data type. Float data type. Float data type is used with a number 7 digits of single precision. Float data type is used when we want to declare a number with 7 digits of single precision floating point, and it has also a size of 4 bytes. For example, float number is equal to 4.78. Double data type. It is used to store a fractional numbers in C++. A real number with 15 digits of double precision floating point numbers with a decimals. It has also a size of 4 bytes. For example, double A is equal to 26.13. We will see all these variables in detail right now. Just get the idea about the primitive data types in C++. Bool. Bool data type is also known as Boolean data type, which stores value with two states, either true or false, or 0 or 1. When the value is true, it is equal to 1, and when value is false, it is equal to 0, and it has a size of only 1 byte. For example, bool is first program true or false, then we will use bool data type. Char, that is character data type. This variable used to store a single character or a numbered character. Values are enclosed with a single quoted commas, such as small a or uppercase A. It has also a size of 1 byte only. For example, if I want to declare any vowel, then what I will use? Char vowel is equal to smaller case a. Dynamic initialization of variable. In C++, we can initialize variable at a runtime. This is known as dynamic initialization. A variable can be initialized at runtime by using expressions at the place of declaration. For example, let's see int a is equal to 10. This is declaration. And int b is equal to a into 2. So this is dynamically initialization of variable b, because here we dynamically initialize variable b. Let's see one example. For example, hash include iostream using namespace std int main. Cout enter radius int r. We are going to see about this in detail, but right now just concentrate on the dynamic initialization of variable in this program. What I have done is, first I have taken the variable r and I stored that variable. What I have done in this program is, I want to calculate my area. Then I take a radius from the user, and after that I dynamically initialize float area is equal to 3.14 into r. So what I have done over here is, here area is dynamically initialized in float data type. And after that, I just simply display my area of circle in this variable a. So what I will get the output is, first I have take the radius from the user, that is 15, and after that I will get the area of a circle, because we have dynamically initialized area variable in the program. Reference variable. Reference variable is an alias. That is, it acts as an alternative name for a previously defined variable. A reference variable behaves similarly as an ordinary variable and also as a pointer variable. Inside a program, it is used as an ordinary variable, but it acts as a pointer variables in C++. So what is the syntax for declaring a reference variable, data type, and AND operator and the reference keyword. After that, we will give the variable name, and which variable name we want to store in our reference variable, that variable name we will write in the right hand side of the equals to sign. So data type of a variable like int, character, float, etc. Variable name, this is the name of the variable given by the user. And reference variable, that is the name of the reference variable name. In reference variable, let's see one small example so that you can get an idea about the reference variable. First, we will include the IO stream. After that, we will using namespace std int main, int a is equal to 8, and int and %b is equal to a. Here, what we have done is we have declared and reference variable b in the program, and then simply we will display variable a and reference variable b, and what we will get is the value of a is 8 and the reference variable b is also an 8. Why? Because we have initialized reference variable b and get the value of variable a in b. So b is an alias of a variable a. I hope you get the idea about what is reference variable in C++. Let's see streams in C++. In C++, a stream is used to refer to the flow of data in bytes in a sequence. For example, if data is received from input devices such as keyboard or disk, then from input device in sequence, then it is called as source stream. When the data is passed to the output device, then it is called as a destination stream. The data is received from keyboard or disk and can be passed on to the monitor or to the disk. This is the following figure describes the concept of stream with input and output devices. Now let's see the mechanism of streams in C++. For example, data is in source stream can be used as input data by the program. So the source stream is also called as the input stream. The destination stream that collects output data from the program is known as output stream. The input stream pulls the data from the keyboard or storage devices such as hard disk, floppy disk, etc. The data present in the output stream is passed on to the output devices such as monitor, printer, etc. So the stream acts as a intermediator or interface between input-output device and the user. Working of cin and cout statement in C++. C++ has a number of predefined streams that are also called standard input-output objects. The streams are automatically activated when the program execution starts. The 4 standard streams in C++, cin, cout, cer, and clog, are automatically opened before the main function, and it is before the main function is executed and closed after the main function. The stream objects which are declared in the header file iostream can be iostream.h. So this is the header file for cin object and cout object. They are the objects of iostream.h library. So this is the syntax of cin object, cin, then operator, extraction operator and variable. The following are some examples of standard input operations. The cin object followed by symbol which is called as extraction operator, and then the variable into which the input data is to be stored. The following are some examples of input operations. For example, int r, then cin, then we have used caret symbol, that is double caret, which is known as extraction operator in C++. After that, we have also initialized radius variable in float data type, and after that what we have done is we have initialized cin and then extraction operator and then radius. What this will do is this will take input from the user. Now cout object syntax. First cout and then insertion operator and then variable name. Cout, the output stream, allows performing write operations on output device such as monitor, disk, etc. Output on the standard stream is performed using the cout object. The syntax of the standard output operation is cout, then insertion operator and then items which we will store in variable. What it will do? It will simply display the variable in my screen. More than one item can be displayed using a single cout output stream object. Such output operations are called cascaded output object, are called as cascaded output operations. So, cout BCA third semester. So, what this will do is, this will simply give me output. This will simply display in the screen, that is BCA third semester. Float area is equal to 15.9. What this will do is, in area variable, 15.9 is stored, and when I write cout, then insertion operator and then area, what I will get is 15.9 in my screen. Working of cin and cout statement in C++. What this will do is, for example, input device. What is input device? Keyboard. If we write anything in keyboard, the cin object will initialize and then the variable is stored in memory. And when we write extraction variable and then cout object, then what I will get is working of cin and cout statement in C++. I hope now you get the idea about how the data flow will start from input device and get the output in my output device in C++. Using cin, using cin and cout statement in C++. I hope now you get the idea about streams in C++. We will see one program, that is, write a program to get two numbers from user and print that numbers on the screen. This is the assignment for you all. What you will do is just initialize variable. After that, you just simply get the input from the variable, input from the user using cin object and print that numbers on the screen using cout object, so that this will give you the idea about how you initialize variables and then what are the data types of the variables. After that, you will get the idea about the how cin and cout statement used in C++ language. I hope you now get the idea about the keywords in C++, data types in C++, what is reference variable in C++, and how streams works in C++. In the coming lecture, you will study about the arithmetic operators, relational operators, etc. I hope you get the idea about what is data types, what is variables, what are the streams in the C++. Thank you.
स्वाध्यायः परः